It's all good, man.
Yeah, kind of doing it a little late, but wanted to knock out a couple of episodes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stay rootin'.
Stay tootin'.
Rootin' Tootin' Podcast.
There we go.
Bang, bang.
Buzz.
That's Kevin Jack.
Yeah.
That's such a good one, though.
What?
Bang, bang.
Oh,
man.
What's that from?
It's a pro wrestler named Cactus Jack.
Really?
Yeah. I thought I came up with it, and then like a second later, I was like, "Hold on, that came too."
So what
easy.
does he do?
So it was like back in the '90s, dude. He fucking he was the king of the hardcore guys, you know.
The hardcore.
Like so they have something in wrestling called hardcore, where like they hit each other with like tables and barbed wire.
That's right. The extremes.
Yeah.
Bulbs and shit, right?
Yeah. So like, like Cactus Jack. Yeah. So like ECW, like. Cactus Jack used to, he was the king of the Japanese death match, you know?
What's that one?
That was like a match in Japan. So when I was a kid, that was like a rumor that like, oh, this guy won the Japanese death match, which is like hardcore wrestling in Japan, you know?
Oh, I see.
But we didn't see it as a kid. So like when he said king of the Japanese death match, I was like, wow, he killed people. You know? I was like,
bro, that's so crazy.
I was like, "Oh man, that's real,
dude."
You know,
like, he was part of the Yakuza, full body tat. Did he get welcomed out by like beautiful Japanese chicks?
Yeah, I mean, just Japanese people in general, would just cheer on him. And then he came to back to America, and became Mankind. And then he went to Dude Love, and then he went back to Mankind.
Oh, dude, that's Mick Foley.
Yeah,
bro, I know the Mankind era. The dude, the Cactus Jack is before that, huh?
Yeah, there was actually a scene where like he starts out as Mankind, and then he goes and he's yelling at Triple H, which is another wrestler, and he goes, "I know somebody whose bag it is," and then takes off his mask and he goes, "Hey, it's Cactus Jack." It was awesome, dude. It was such a good.
He's a great character.
Oh, dude,
all four of them were good characters.
Yeah, dude. He
what a beast! God, he's so fucking ahead of his time.
He knocked it out of the park, dude. And then like you believed him,
God, can you imagine? Oh my God. What kind of brilliance is that? Like, nobody gets the sock thing except for America.
Yeah.
Nobody understands the mandible, right? Where he grabs you by the jaw and fucks you up the sock.
Which, by the way,
it's off his foot.
Yeah. If you're a professional wrestler, though, that's like the move you want to do. That way it's easy on your body,
Oh,
you
yeah.
don't have to, it's kind of like Hulk Hogan.
There's 5 levels of fucking meta in this, dude.
Yeah, like Hulk Hogan fucked up his back from doing leg drops all the time.
Yeah.
But Mandible Claw, like, you can do that every night. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
So it's good from that perspective.
Dude Love, Mandible.
And then, like, he can change, he can change whatever he feels like.
He's brilliant.
Yeah.
What a brilliant. And then all 4 characters were amazing. All 4 characters drew people.
Yeah.
Why is he so likable?
It's just, I don't know, relatability, or I don't know, dude.
I mean, I'm not trying to like hate on the wrestling crowd or anything. It's just like, it's so insane that they are so far ahead of their time. Guess what they just unveiled?
What's that?
They unveiled at AEW, I believe.
Yeah.
A social justice warrior wrestler.
I know. Let's see how well that goes.
Oh, bro. They were having him boo. He lost his match. His like finishing move was a hug. The hug was kind of BS that they took that away, but Mr. Vince McMahon's been doing it forever, so it's just kind of interesting, huh?
Dude, you could probably make something like that work,
Yeah. Oh, like, dude, it's a heel turn. It's the money. It's and Colby Covington's doing it right now. He's pretending he's gonna make so much money. And guess who just appeared in wrestling? Guess
who?
Jorge Masvidal.
What?
He hit Chris Jericho with a flying knee.
That's fucking
cool. And it looks pretty damn real. Like, not saying it's real because he falls over, but he does like that like where, do you remember when he knocked out Ben Askren?
Yeah.
Right after he like slaps the ground. He
goes,
no. Like, he did it right after that. He is milking that knee.
Yeah.
So good.
Poor Ben Askren. God damn it, dude.
Bro, he got paid so much to get punched in the face. I mean,
dude,
he dumped it right into Bitcoin.
Hey, good for him.
Yeah.
Good for him.
But at the same time, I know what you're saying. You're like,
dude took 2 big L's at the end of his career that just they're highlights. You know what I'm talking about?
mm-hmm.
He got knocked out by Jorge Masvidal, and then he got knocked out by that Jake Paul kid. You know, just fucking.
That's one interesting thing is the battle between one championship and the UFC, because Ben came from one, right?
Yeah, he did Bellator. Like, he was kicking everyone's ass. And then, like, by the time he got to the UFC, he was, like, all fucked up, you know?
And old, and he needed a hip surgery.
Yeah, so it was like, oh, man. It's like those Cuban boxers, dude. By the time they get to America, they're already beat up, you know?
Yeah.
So it's hard for them to transfer over.
There's Ortiz, I believe, right now. He's, like, 41.
Which one? David?
He's, like, number 3.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like his first name has an R in it.
Yeah.
He's
I was gonna go Tito.
No, Tito Ortiz. Tito's the Huntington Beach.
Yeah.
You know, he's still blamed. He said Anderson Silva fucking cheated.
Yo,
He said he hit him in the back of the head. I'm like, dude, you moved into it, and come on, it's a fucking fight. You went to sleep.
Tito, come on, man.
I'm not trying to complain, because it's just like Anderson's still fucking viable. They can beat that horse for a while. Yeah. That horse is gonna not exactly die.
He's the one guy I'd probably be like, oh yeah, I'd probably watch a fight, you know,
with Anderson.
I mean, with Tito Ortiz
and
Anderson. Yeah,
yeah,
I'd probably watch that. Yeah, dude, they're they're gonna do Robbie Lawler versus Nick Diaz.
Yeah, know? Dude, I'm fucking pumped for that.
I saw a meme and it was like 17 years in the making, you know?
Yeah.
And it showed little Homer Simpson and a grown Homer Simpson. And I was like, yeah, I relate to that, you know?
Because of the hair, is that why?
Yeah,
because they're saying Robbie lost his hair.
Oh yeah, Robbie lost his hair, dude. Fucking, aren't they both like 40 now? They would have to be, right?
Robbie joined when he was 18, and he's been in here 7. So yeah, he should be
late 30s, early 40s.
Yeah, he should be, and he's only taking big money fights or big fights now. He says that's what it seems to be. And Nick is a huge fight. He'd love to get back. So I'm actually kind of pumped for Robbie to try to get it back.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I like Nick.
Yeah,
I do, but it's just ring rust.
It's gonna be a good fight, though.
Yeah.
You know?
So is Volkanovski and Ortega. They don't fucking like each other.
Really?
Yeah, they really actually don't like each other.
Wow.
Yeah, which is kind of cool because it's kind of two different cultures, you know?
Yeah.
LA blue-eyed bad boy, and cheeky cunt from Australia.
Yeah.
You know? Australia. But he's Polish, so he has like a strong like Polish look and work ethic.
But he just says, "Good eye, mate."
Yeah, he says, "Mate."
Mate.
He thinks he's a badass. He thinks he's a badass. Mate. I wish I could do a better one. I can only do diddly lift, did lift.
Yeah, I don't know. The best I could do is sound like a dumbass New Zealander.
The trick is to say Australia, but you say only the middle part. Australia.
Fuck it, I'm from Perth. This is how we talk.
We talk about I don't know that. I'm not aware of that regional accent.
You know how like people from Perth kind of sound like Americans?
Do they? I wish I knew.
I think so. I don't know. Everybody I met from Perth, I was like, oh, I thought you were like American.
Really?
Yeah.
And then they they're eating like what pies? They're eating meat pies and Vegemite. No, that's a New Zealand thing, right?
Yeah.
No, Australia is the land down under.
Yeah, I don't know. To me, like they're both kind of interchangeable. You know, I don't know enough to like know the difference. You know, it'd be like I don't know, probably somebody from like Ecuador and somebody from Venezuela.
Pretty damn close.
Like
flags are so close.
Yeah, I wouldn't really know the difference. You know.
Yeah.
But I'm sure there's like totally difference.
Why is it not okay to like point out like obvious differences? And if those two cultures were so similar, but like let's say there was like one color is like 90% of one, and then one color is the 90% of the other. when does it become like, okay, let's roll our eyes at this? When if you were to say something along the lines of like, Ecuadorians tend to have darker skin. If you were to say something like that, I'm just saying, like, for an example.
Yeah.
You know, when does it become like a stereotype and or true?
I think whenever probably before 2000 and probably I'm not sure, man.
I mean, I don't mind the progression, but it seems like the ramping up of like being sensitive about it is kind of strange.
I think there's gonna be some pushback and eventually
the pendulum swings, dude.
Yeah, I think so. So I don't know.
I just thought of that when you were mentioning that, because they are so familiar, so similar. There's their flags.
Yeah.
I think it's Ecuador and Venezuela. They're similar, and then they're both similar, trying to look like the Colombian flag, you know.
Yeah.
But
like y'all should just get together
and be one country.
Yeah, one of you guys has a really good tourist economy. Drugs.
One has oil.
The military dictatorship.
Oh, bro.
I'm sure they all won't not get along.
Yeah. The drug dealers have to be anarcho-capitalists, right? Yeah. They're like, I want to literally do anything to make money.
Yeah.
And then the
I don't know shit oil about Ecuador.
Oh, really? I'm talking in general for drug lords.
Yeah.
Like if you were a roaming band of drug lords and you happen to already own Colombia and Venezuela sticks its hand out and it's like, come on, man, come enjoy some of this oil. Yeah. I'd be like, you're not going to let me...
Venezuela has...
slave trade. So, you know, you're not going to let me do that over there. So...
Venezuela has the most oil in the world. Allegedly.
Confirmed
allegedly.
Oil, right? Yeah.
Discovered or whatever.
Yeah.
It's just... they just... I don't know what's going on with
them.
They
melted the revenue incorrectly from the oil.
Yeah.
And they didn't put it in the right places. And then they started blaming and scapegoating.
Yeah.
But I mean, that sounds like everybody's problem, huh?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. If you're near the equator, though, do you really want more global warming? You know what I'm talking about?
It's true.
Like if you live in Russia and Canada, you're probably like, yeah, man, crank that oil. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Let's go.
Come on, man. It doesn't exist, and you just enjoy the weather changes. But if you're like,
you take off your hat, your beanie.
Oh, yeah,
you pull down your parka.
Man, it's 55 degrees in December. I'm digging this. You know?
Yeah. They're like, oh man, this is so bad. Check out all these fucking dinosaur bones I'm discovering in swamp.
Yeah. So I'll be cool. Let me make sure that's on my phone. But yeah, man, it's crazy. You want me to pause it?
No, not at all.
Oh, okay. But yeah, dude, it's interesting that with climate change, there's going to be real winners and losers, and depending where you are, you know, I'm not sure how soon it's going to happen. You know, it could be
South America's going under.
Yeah,
so is California.
I think Africa's going to suffer a lot too.
Do you think it'll get? Oh, but they'll get water. They'll become like one big ass California.
Who?
Africa, wouldn't it?
I think, yeah, maybe. I think it's going to dry up, though, you know? Mm-hmm. And there's going to be a lot of change. And I don't know. Maybe, I think they have a lot of people, you know? And they might have to, like, adopt some, like, farming techniques, you know? Like, like these sensors. This guy was telling me about these sensors that he has on his farm that tells him when to water, what crops that they need that they can grow.
But he doesn't know it like by schedule himself?
Nah, like he relies on data, you know?
No shit.
And he uses drip agriculture, like back in the day they would just pour water in these canals to water the food, and now they use like not even sprinklers, like little droplets, you know?
Yeah.
So they do that, and they determine where the best place, what's the most optimal crop to grow, and all that stuff. You know, so there's a lot of science and data behind it, so they can grow more food with less water. At least here in Colorado. And if you live in like a country that's going to go through drastic climate change, you might have to adopt some of those ideas, you know, or some of that technology,
and accept it, and be like, this is the superior technology. It's been tried, and we have to trust the scientific process behind it, you know?
Yeah. Well, like
you have to create a population that will be like, yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
that's hard.
Well, like I mean, I think improved farming techniques is like critical for the future as we continue to grow as a species. You know.
Yeah.
So adopting that, and then I don't know. You all know what? I don't know how other nations are going to adopt to climate change. Islands are going to get smaller, you know?
Yeah. Well, Hawaii, like, what do they? It's like all the way up to halfway through Nevada is what the water's supposed to go to, right? Like,
yeah,
catastrophically.
Yeah. Hey, dude, I think we're good. You know, here in Colorado.
Yeah. Utah, Colorado.
I mean, it's just you know. Like water rights are going to be a big issue because there's not enough water to go around.
No.
But other than that, dude, it's going to be pretty nice.
Dude, somebody said water stocks are going up. Like that's people are starting to wager that's what's going to be. Right now it's oil.
Yeah.
So like it's the big investment. They're saying in the future it'll be water because there'll be plenty of we'll be using oil and it'll be like a normal commodity, but there's water futures and they're on their way to making them or something.
Yeah, I think they got them in California right now. I think.
How do you get somebody to join Discord? Do I just send them a link to Discord?
Yeah, fucking.
Do you know Chris?
Which Chris?
He's he worked with us before.
Okay, yeah.
Bro, no lie, he got he's doing awesome. I want to play his music when we start doing it because he's the actual author of it, so he can be like, hey, yeah, you can play my music on your shit.
Dude, that's cool, man.
Good we'll have like a cool entrance. I'll help him make a beat for our intro or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm just shooting the shit. I really don't know what's gonna happen, but I find him to be a creative guy.
Yeah. Dude, that's cool, man. Fuck yeah. Dude, I want to start streaming and doing the live reacts to YouTube videos.
It's cool,
because I like seeing stuff I've never seen before.
Me too, yeah.
I'm like, oh wow.
And it's not that hard, dude. All you got, like, we just got to set it up, and we got to be able to get on that email. Yeah, that's my bad, actually.
Yeah.
That I'm not.
That's all right. I haven't looked and done no research. I just moved a bunch of shit. Yeah, that was about it. But yeah, dude. Fucking.
I was thinking earlier today because we went to the buffet and there was some like nicely dressed people.
Yeah.
When does it become badass and cringe? Like, what's the thin line between that?
I think it's just other people's opinions, you know.
But I was thinking, like, if you were in the 1900s, like, World War I is on the rise. Okay, your fucking dad is super abusive and has no idea. Yeah, he's fucking drunk all the time. Okay, yeah. Then your mom is same way, just mistreated, you know, like everything. So then they raise you, try to be loving to you and whatnot, but you know, no parent's perfect. You grow up. You know, you grow up and then you're like, okay, you get drafted immediately. You come back, you're all fucked up from war, and then they're having property rights fights in like, you know, New York and fucking you know, like that. What's that movie?
Gangs of New York.
Gangs of New York. Like you come back and you become part of a gang of New York, and everybody's dressed differently and like. And I was just thinking, I was like, there was like limited sizes, limited.
You almost said sluts.
Limited sluts. No, I was gonna say slices because I was thinking of the butcher.
Yeah.
Sluts. There was limited sluts for everybody. No, it was fucking nuts. Because I was thinking identity would be so tied to your dress. Yeah. And you can't negotiate that. So like, because like if you were to wear the wrong T-shirt, you'd be like, oh, he's part of the chefs. Let's kick his ass. You know, on the street.
That is true.
You know, like, so you would basically have to like be completely undeniable. But even then, the other people you're dealing with are all fucked up and traumatized. Yeah. So they're just pushing their anger and frustration on you, and you're going to respond in kind. Boom, you're part of another gang immediately. You're just like, they fucked me up. I just want to do something to hurt these guys. Yeah. And you join another gang. Like,
it's
that's fucking nuts.
Yeah. It's almost like tribes.
Yeah.
I think
that's true. Yeah.
Someone said that about like prison gangs, that it felt like tribes, allegedly. I don't know.
I would agree.
I don't know how true that is, but I'm like, oh, okay, that would probably make sense, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, dude. And you want to know what I noticed is like, you know how everything's more or less like getting, everything's kind of like the same now, you know?
You mean everything changes, but everything stays the same?
Oh, I meant like regionally, everything's the same. Like I went from Colorado to Carolina, right? And I woke up and I was like, oh, it's kind of just like Colorado, you know? Like maybe a little bit different. But 20 years ago, that difference would have been way more noticeable.
Oh, that's interesting.
40 years ago, it would have been a real big difference, you know?
Yeah.
Like regionality is kind of like going out the window.
That's crazy. Let me think on that while I take a quick one.
Oh, okay.
All right. Another message from our sponsors.
So, not a sponsor, but guys, I really enjoy these new pair of work boots I got. The Skechers work boots are underrated. I really enjoy them. You know, size 13, extra wide. It is the most comfortable boot I've gotten. I don't know. It's just something to look into, you know. I've been wearing size 11 and a half, and it turns out that's just too small for me. But yeah, dude. This podcast is brought to you by Bananas, nature's snack. They come in biodegradable wrappers, and they taste pretty delicious. You know, they're the tamales of fruit. You know, you don't eat them, but you don't eat the wrapper, but you know, you appreciate the what it comes into. So, anyway, Daniel.
Buy Dole bananas. They're the most bananiest.
Yeah, buy
Bazaniest.
Buy Dole.
They're
the fruit company that took over Hawaii.
The fruit that will hit your G-spot.
Yeah.
God, I am disgusting, dude.
I don't judge you. At least he didn't take over a bunch of countries. When you were talking about the early 1900s, like before World War I, America like just plundered South America on what's known as the Banana Wars.
Oh yeah,
to take over, to have these fruit plantations.
Yeah.
So at least you're not that cunt. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, that's true. It's true. You know, they really did like go in and just take stuff. I mean,
and now they keep doing it now. Except what they do now is they give them loans that they know they can't pay back. And once they can't pay them back, they take resources away from these developing nations.
Yeah, it's fucked up. We should never be touching their shit. They should just fuck off. And then the corporations shouldn't levy laws in our country to do that kind of shit out there. It's, you know,
it's weird, man. It's
well, we're like the strong hand, and we have we have litigation, you know. So if like the litigation can say that the strong hand it's legitimate, it's fine, you know. Then if not, you know, you do what your guy says, the economic hitman. Yeah, that's what he does. He goes in and he goes, hey, look, dude, we want to feed your kids, we want to feed your family, blah blah. And the thing too is they do it knowing that they can't do all that shit, and that's what makes it malicious. There's a good book on it.
Really?
Yeah, it's called The Diary of an Economic Hitman.
I gotta check it out.
That's crazy. You know his thing, his like plan, but you never read that book.
I never read that book. No.
Yeah, it's Confessions. It's pretty fucking great. He talks about how they go in, they promise them like a new water plant. They like say, okay, cool. Look, if you're abiding with the laws, this and that. What's keeping you away from doing it? From that, let's see what we can do for you. You know. Private militaries and shit like that come in and just take areas. And then they're like, look, we're doing this for you. We're annexing off this banana plant area. We'll do everything for you. Then you sell it. That's all. It's cool. You know, we have another company if you want help selling it.
Oh man, hey, sign this 99-year lease.
Yeah. Well, I heard. So America did that, right? America does it that way. Now China, waits for till you're big enough to pluck. Yeah. Offers you fuck tons of money, and then if you have 50 employees or more, or no, 50. No, I think it's 50 employees or more. You have to have at least 10 of those be Chinese.
Wow.
Yeah, it has to have like a whole Chinese sector for the Communist Party.
Wow, man, that's a lot.
Insane, huh?
If you have 1 billion people and you want to spread them out the world, that's the way to do it. Jesus.
Yeah, dude. They're also knocking up a bunch of people from Africa too.
Yeah.
Yeah, you seen that? Those stories? Yeah, they're like, so there's a really good documentary. It could have been canceled, I'm not sure, but it's called Empire of Dust.
Empire of Dust.
Yeah.
See, this is why I want to Twitch, so we could fucking watch this shit.
it's pretty good because it's basically like I'm pretty sure they're Chinese guys. And he basically talks to them about how the Norwegians and all these other cultures came in and like left a bunch of shit, and he's like, why couldn't you guys do something with it? You know?
Yeah.
And it's like almost comedic and like how they don't understand each other.
What was it? I think when Belgium left the Congo in the 1960s, they only had two people who graduated high school in that whole country. So like they didn't know how to like build the roads or the infrastructure. I think so.
Wow.
And I think when they were doing the transfer, right? They didn't even want any of the Belgium or Zaire or the Democratic Republic of Congo. One of the guys looked at I think he was like the king of Belgium or something like that, or the prime minister. He goes, "We're not your monkeys anymore," you know? Oh, dude, there was like a war with
uprising and shit.
Called the Simbas, you know? Dude, God damn it! I wish I could remember shit.
Dude, no, that's interesting. Write it for the next one, dude. I'm super interested, dude.
Oh, I mean, yeah, dude. It was like Belgian Congo in the 1960s. Because you know what they did, right? To the
Congolese?
Yeah. Like
they went in and then they just took everything, right? The value, and then they annexed the rare earth mineral stuff.
I think they would mainly focus on rubber and shit like that.
Oh, really? The rubber trees?
This was like 100 years ago. And they would take the slowest worker and they would cut off his hand or her hand, you know?
Every day or what? Like once a week?
No, but they did it a lot, you know?
100 years ago.
Yeah.
100 years ago.
It was called King Leopold. I think King Leopold was Ghost or whatever. It was like early 1900s. Anyways, in the 1960s, they break away. They did something called the Congo Crisis.
No shit.
Yeah. Eventually.
That's fucking interesting. They all did it through diplomatic means. None of it was illegal.
I'm pretty sure there was like armed conflict.
And they were like, on paper, they're like, we have to kill them. It's totally okay.
They use mercenaries or something like that.
Private militaries.
Yeah, they used a lot of South African guys. I think. I don't know.
Norwegians.
I think they were from South Africa. Most of them.
They have like all those kind of cultures. Do you remember? You said you don't remember, but they have all those. If it's around 100 years ago, it is super segregated. I guarantee you.
Yeah. Well, I think France and England owned a lot of Africa.
Okay.
I think they say every country where you see where there's a straight line used to be owned by England, because that's how they would divide everything up.
Straight lines.
Yeah, allegedly. You know. So I think England kind of like took over Egypt, Sudan, Uganda, Zimbabwe, South Africa, Botswana, and the French kind of took over West Africa for the most part. I think.
Why did they? I wonder why they took over West Africa.
I think because they were closer.
And it was. Oh, I see. It was kind of.
And then like Britain wanted the Suez Canal or something like that. You want to know what? Don't quote me, dude.
This is not a history podcast.
I don't know.
We're just shooting the shit for you average fucks out there.
And then in the middle, Belgium owned the Congo. You know, I think Spain had like a little place called not Gambia, but it started with a G. And then Italy owned, I think,
Ghana,
Somalia.
No, you said the G with a G, but not Gambia.
Nah, but like it's like a little country. You know.
Okay.
Spain owned the little country. And Portugal owned Angola and Mozambique. Not Nambia, but they were on the... it's the country above Nambia. And then there's one completely on the other side. And Portugal owned that. You know, I think. Yeah. Dude, this is like... The Race for Africa could be its own little documentary.
It really could. I just hate when it's kind of, like
one-sided.
Like when they're kind of like.
Because I've got to be honest with you, I'm only going to be citing sources in English. There is no chance I'm learning Swahili, you know,
right?
Or Lustato or whatever,
yeah.
you know.
they're like, 100 years ago, they're just kind of like starmen came in and just took everything. It's something amazing.
Dude, there was I saw a YouTube video of a white guy introducing himself to a village, and this little girl thought he was a ghost and like thought he was gonna like eat her.
Really?
So she just started running and screaming.
I wonder what her mom told her. Those evil white men kill and steal you. Call him a ghost. That's what they hate.
Dude, it was just funny. I was like, oh man, that's terrifying.
It is, dude. I do that to dogs. I'm hot and cold with dogs. Because I think it's because I'm big, and I don't outright like.
Dude, I'm terrified of dogs.
You are?
Yeah, they can sense it too.
Oof.
Ugh.
They can.
Yeah.
They can, and it sucks. Have you ever seen that video where the stupid retriever scares the guy, like when he's walking by? Like it's like a retriever that's sitting in front of like a barbershop or something, or like a cafe or something. And there's a guy walking, looking at his phone, and then the dog like is big and fat, so it's like laying on most of the sidewalk. So this guy has like a small path to like walk without walking into the street. And then the dog gets caught off guard and stands up and like does like this whole thing, but it's a big fat Labrador. Yeah. And then the dude gets like, oh fuck, he gets scared. Yeah. And then he like falls over and trips, and then a car runs his upper body over.
Oh my god!
After. I mean, I'm not trying to laugh at it, but it's just like. It's just, you know what I think of when that dog's trying to get up? I just hear that, like those old school sounds.
Was that like South America? Mexico?
I don't know. Golden retrievers are pretty American dogs, but
you think that happened in America?
I'm pretty sure that happened in America. Because it was also a huge sidewalk, huge.
Yeah, we don't have big sidewalks here. They're like 18 inches.
Yeah. Some places, though, like in the Midwest, when you were saying how everything looks different, and is the state. Yeah. Blood.
Dude, you could see that here in Aurora.
Yeah.
Like the different changes. You're like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
This part of the town was built in the 50s. This part of the town was built in the 90s. This part of the town was built in the 2010s, because the homes keep getting bigger, but the yards keep getting smaller. Yeah, that's what I've noticed.
It's I wonder why they do that.
I don't know. I got
fucking filthy Europeans. I'm joking, of course. Okay, don't get butt hurt. I say mean things on this podcast.
You could say what you feel like,
and I'm done apologizing for saying mean things. So you filthy Europeans in your tiny little houses that cost $4 million. I don't want any of that. Don't want any of that.
Yeah, but I will say this though.
No, I'm just messing. Dude.
I honestly think you could put 2, maybe 3 more homes in my backyard.
Yeah, you have an awesome backyard.
I got, and it's in a major city too. Yeah. So it's just like, all right. I mean, I could probably, I could at least build another house in my backyard.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, rent it out. Do something. That's when they do that, because that's organic. That's organic growth. Welcomed. Right.
Well, today they would have. My plot of land would have like 3 homes next to it,
Okay.
And they would all be like real high,
Mm-hmm.
And they'd probably be real expensive, probably in the 400s.
That's what I'm saying.
500s.
Yeah, completely updated houses that aren't anywhere near as good,
well
built as yours. Well, okay, yeah. Less asbestos though.
Listen, I got asbestos on my roof, asbestos on my siding, and asbestos on my wrappings on my pipes.
He's dealing with it as best as he can.
Yeah. I'm so irritated about that. I fucking hate asbestos.
Oh, God. You were telling me it's from the Greek era. That's fucking nuts.
Yeah. It's
that's fucking nuts.
Rome used to, they would get silk from China, and they would ship back asbestos to the Chinese or whatnot. But yeah, dude, it's crazy. I wish I knew more history, man. I really don't know shit, to be honest with you.
I think some of the interesting parts. It's like that's interesting to me. Like I was always curious on like the micro cultures that they have there. I know they have Indian people that live in South Africa, but they've lived there for a long ass time.
Have you ever seen Russell Peters' joke of like the British took a bunch of Indian people on boats?
No,
and was like, oh, you get off here. Oh, you get off here, dude. It was like because they got them in like. They got them all over the place. Whatever used to be like a British colony has like Indian people there.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
So, yeah, he was like, "Oh, you get off the boat here, you get off the boat there." So,
King of Spices, them Indians.
Yeah.
Kings of Spices.
Yeah.
Seriously though, I fucking love curry. I don't understand how people don't like curry, but I guess it's the same thing as like. That's my ankle.
Oh yeah.
Oh, let me see if that's not my.
I thought it was a spider coming up from the crawl space.
It's just taking away at the piece of wood.
Ugh.
Trying to dig it. You're scared of spiders, huh, guy?
Oh, terrified.
No.
Terrified.
One time when I was a kid, or like, I've always been a big dude, but the one time like, me and my brother were like finding out we're too big to be in the same room was like, if he's going to sleep and I'm doing something in there, everything I do wakes him up, right? So I go hang out in the living room, and while he's going to sleep, I can't remember if he was sick or what or whatever, but he comes, he like bursts into the living room in his underwear because he just took a nap, and he bursts in and he's like spinning around like checking like in his, you know, and I'm like, what's going on? You okay? Like, you know, like at this time, I think it's maybe 10 p.m. So him to be that deep in a sleep and him freaking out that early would be kind of crazy.
Yeah.
He thought he saw the biggest spider, and he's like, I can't go to sleep now.
Yeah.
I was like, what does that mean? He's like, that spider's gonna get me. It's gonna be around. It's not gonna get him, but you know what I'm saying? Like, he's like, it's gonna be around. It's gonna be in the house. I didn't get to see it when it exited.
Yeah.
You know. So now he feels like it's around. You know, still, and it's because he didn't watch it exit. You know.
Yeah. Dude, there was
because it's a bug. You know, it doesn't have malicious intent. It's not gonna swing back and like torture you psychologically.
It's torturing me now. So sometimes at my job, I have to jump into these pits, right? So like we live in a cold climate, so like our meter pits are like 6 feet in the ground, you know?
Yeah.
And I gotta shut them on or off or whatever, you know? So I go down there, and like a lot of times there's like cobwebs and stuff like that. And
nasty old ones, huh?
Yeah, dude, I'm just freaking out that like I'm hoping there's no spiders in my hair.
Oh, dude, yeah. One day, like they just.
I told you about the snake, right? The one time the snake was right by the ladder, you know?
No, I don't think you did.
One time,
did you?
so we were by this park, dude, and we had to check, like, what was up with this meter. If the number was, it was either too high or too low or whatnot. So I fucking jumped in the pit. I didn't even look, yo.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, you should never do that.
Yeah. just do it. Just get in there.
And so there's these concrete rings. So the pit's underneath ground, right?
Uh-huh.
So these concrete rings that build outside, like basically a concrete bunker, which holds the meter, you know? And it's usually about 6 feet underground. But halfway through, there was like a snake right in one of the, in between each ring, you know?
Oh,
there was
no
like
way.
a little gap. And I was like, oh, this is uncomfortable. So I got the reading, and then I was hopping out, but like the ladder was like right next to the snake, you know?
No.
Yeah, so I'm just like, oh man,
Ooh,
it's gonna bite my belly, you know?
You never know what a stupid snake's gonna do.
By the way, that was less terrifying than the thought of having spiders in my hair, you know?
Yeah, I was just thinking about having bugs in my hair. Yeah, when I was going through frequent withdrawals, I remember some of the scarier nightmares were short-lived. If you've ever had a hangover, and but you're so hungover you spend the whole day in bed the next day.
Yeah.
So and you know those micro naps you would take in between the rest. Like let's say you got hammered on Saturday and you had Sunday off, and you knew Monday you don't have anything to do till the next afternoon or something.
Yeah.
So Sunday, you wake up, I don't know, hungover as fuck at noon.
Yeah.
You're in and out of sleep, right? Until like, I don't know, 8.
Yeah.
In those first 8 hours of like passing in and out from being so hungover, you eventually dream you're dreaming. You're sitting down and you're like, you just think you're awake, but you're sleeping in your own chair.
Yeah.
And I just remember one of the 8 dreams I had in those hours or whatever was a fucking lady rushing me with like a mop, but the mop from far away, it looks like a gray mop. And when she comes closer, it's like strings of bees nests, but like the outside covering, not the honeycomb, but like the outside. It's like that, but then it's like gray cockroaches like cycling up and down it. Yeah, cockroaches gross me out. They fucking really gross me out.
You ever sleep at like a dirty person? Not a dirty person.
Dirty person. Clean disabled. Cleaning disabled.
You ever sleep?
Cleanly.
When you were a kid, you ever sleep at someone's house and they had roaches?
They're cleanly intolerant.
And like one time I fell asleep and I woke up and there was a roach crawling on my neck. Dude, this kid, This kid had
God, dude.
Dude, this kid had roaches in his microwave. One time I cooked a Hot Pocket and a roach just went on top of my Hot Pocket, dude. And I was like, how the fuck do you have roaches in your microwave?
It just...
He slept on a lawn.
Here.
Dude, his house was disgusting. He slept on a lawn chair, you know?
Oh my God, dude.
It was
slept on a lawn chair. That's how the bugs can't climb up tubes.
Yeah.
You can't climb up. Well, that's fucking funny.
Oh man.
Oh, dude. We had like a minor bug problem when I was a kid, and it came and went as so. But I just remember the dog food, and the dog food would always have like a bunch of them rush it. As soon as we turned off the lights late at night and the building cooled down, the garbage, the dog food would get rushed by a bunch of fucking cockroaches.
Ugh.
And in the morning, you turn on the lights, you're gonna see them. It's gonna ruin your experience when you're trying to take a piss because you're like, oh, sick, you know. And you turn off, but if you don't, you're likely to hear them just rustling around. They do not care. They're loud in the dog food, and it's kind of like
they're enjoying it.
Yeah, they're like swimming in food, literal food, you know. But I remember that.
You got to get borax and peanut butter, dude.
Yeah, I heard it was boric acid. Is boric acid?
Yeah.
What's it mixed with? What makes it borax? Bleach?
Borax and borax.
Because boric acid is the compound or whatever.
Yeah.
And then what does borax do exactly?
Oh man, I wonder if it's just like a name brand,
like Kleenex and
borax
tissue paper
versus boric acid. Let's see here. It'll tell us right here. Oh, they're two different compounds. Borax is a mineral taken straight from the ground. Okay, and boric acid is extracted and processed refined form. So boric acid is stronger than borax.
Okay,
that makes sense.
Do you know what boric acid does? What does borax do from your memory?
It kills the roaches.
How though?
I think it doesn't allow it to digest or something like that.
Oh, it suffocates them?
No, I think actually I don't know. I've heard two. One, it gets on their skin and it doesn't allow them to have babies, you know?
Yeah.
But let's see here.
Check out the boric acid one.
Sodium. Oh, so it penetrates the roach's exoskeleton. It dehydrates them, allegedly.
But what else?
And then I think it kills them because it's poisonous to them.
And it tastes good, I think.
Really?
So they start eating each other.
No fucking way.
Yeah, it's pretty metal.
No way.
I'm pretty sure, dude.
I believe you.
I'm like, because like that's what I read. It was like they get it on their skin. They don't know what's fucking them up, but then they become like ravenous, and then they come back and it tastes good to them. So then they eat each other. They start eating each other.
Yeah.
And that's what kills them. And then it fucks up the babies when it penetrates their exoskeleton.
Yeah, I think it also makes.
Is that what it says? No. Please tell me it's there. No. Another pissed.
Dude, it's all good.
I think I know.
By the way, boric acid is still poisonous to humans and pets, so be extremely careful when disposing of roaches in that method, you know? And explore alternative methods, you know? So, and now we're back on another commercial break. So, today's sponsor is brought to you by Tires. It gets you where you need to go, you know? Made of synthetic oil and rubber, they can take you from A to B. You know, there's no reasonable way to dispose of them. You know, there is some kind of unique reuses, such as playgrounds and fucking, you know, maybe an earthship house. But understand that tires have a lot of nasty things on them, you know, and they're hard to dispose. And once they catch fire, tires will never go out, or it'll take a long time. So tire disposal, brought to you by Rootin' Tootin' Podcast. Or if you live in Kentucky, you could just throw them in any creek that you pass by the highway. Yeah, dude.
Thank you, sponsors. Yeah, boric acid. It works on almost every bug too. That's what I hear.
But I think it could kill humans too.
Yeah.
So be careful.
Yeah. We had it at my house, and we had cockroaches. So like after I stopped, I talk about me being an ex-drunk way too much. But
it's all right.
After I have to set up the story because then it makes more sense instead of me being I was a slob. and then I cleaned it up. Then I cleaned my act up.
Okay.
I guess that's better, huh? Yeah. Actually, you know what? if you dislike this video, I will stop talking about me being a former drunk.
I do not give a shit.
I just want to find a barometer. I hate sounding like a dry drunk. You know, talking about I used to be a drunk. I used to be a drunk.
I think in the last 3 podcasts you've only talked about it this one. So
cool.
I think you're good, man.
Cool.
Yeah.
I was thinking about starting so we got this awesome idea. We're thinking about running trials of, and it's kind of like an idea for like a bar game, but maybe privately hosted. But in fact, we pay you. Yeah. You just get our name out there. Yeah. Kind of thing. It just kind of a work in progress. We're doing this. We do a lot of other stuff. We're always just trying to make something happen. We're doing the gaming thing. I'm killing it on Call of Duty. Not recently though. Yeah. God, I keep getting wrecked, and it's the most frustrating thing because
you got to dedicate more time to it.
Right, and when I dedicate more time to it,
there's going to be a pain period.
Yeah, it's getting other shit dedicated. Like, I'm good enough to like fuck people up. Yeah. I'm not good enough to do it on command yet. Yeah. You know,
so that's why you got to make it your permanent job. Quit your job right now. Go full time into streaming. No, fucking
just embrace the suck.
No,
just fuck everything and do it. No, what is Shia LaBeouf do? Just do it. Yeah. You remember when they triangulated his area through star maps and kept tearing down his flag?
What?
Do you remember that?
That's some massive bullying right there.
Dude. So when what's his name got hired, Orange Man Bad. Yeah. When he got hired, Shia LaBeouf did a He Will Not Divide Us thing. This thing was it's a flag, or it was a camera, and it was like a flag, and he started standing there like the first day of the year or something, or first day of March or something. I can't remember. But it was cold, and it was called He Will Not Divide Us. So he was there every day. He will not divide us, and he was just repeating it. It was just like an art project. Yeah. And then people on the internet found out and started trolling him. Started sending pizzas there. started recording crimes and reporting them. And then eventually people started showing up and doing the same thing because they were like, just young guys. They were like really upset. But he was like, He will not divide us or whatever. Again and again and again. So then eventually the trolling gets so bad they have to like move this thing to somewhere else, and they don't know where. So it's a flag, and it just says He Will Not Divide Us. It's a camera that points it on there, and it's on the website, and you can go to the website, and it's always on. So some guys triangulate or figure out what time it is in the state using the sun, and then they figure out that he's part of somewhere in Eastern Europe. Somebody then recognizes that it is Eastern Europe and that it's like the top of some place. Yeah. And then they use that and they come up, and then some fucking madman climbs up and switches the flag. Yeah. Or hangs a smaller flag up below it. Or something.
That's pretty talented.
And then it goes even crazier than that. He ends up setting up a flag in the middle of nowhere. In the middle of literally nowhere. Pointed at there's like a flick, like I think it's like a sliver of sky that you can see. Yeah. You can't see the ground. It's just the flag. And then they check at night and watch the stars move. They see a plane. They figure out which way it's going, seeing what major airlines pass this angle at this direction that day. And then, dude, it's fucking nuts. Like, they keep just going. Like, they call it weaponized autism.
Those gentlemen are very talented, and they just need to find a way to do that. They could like find like a bunch of terrorists and stuff like that. Oh, I remember one time on 4chan's poll board, they like did an airstrike for fucking on ISIS. I'm not even joking. They use like Google Maps or something like that.
They're like, they need to strike this place, right? And then they like call it in or something. Oh my god!
Like, it was like a real fucking thing, dude.
The internet's amazing.
I wish I would have saved that thread, dude. I mean,
it's brilliant.
They legit did an airstrike, weaponized autism.
Dude, there's something to be said about like just joint effort, it can literally fucking move mountains. That I truly kind of believe in meme magic sometimes, man.
Yeah, dude, it's a real thing.
Freaks me out, but I kind of want to create a church.
Yeah.
Call it the Church of Memology or something.
Yeah.
And then I'll have it do all the stuff that we're not supposed to do. Oh, a part of our sacred rite of passage is peyote.
Dude, that's fucking with fire, dude. Eventually it'll get turned on you, you know?
Peyote.
Like
peyote.
fucking, what was it? The guy who owned Twitter is now considered a bad guy. Fucking the guy who invented Facebook's now considered a bad guy.
You can tip on Twitter now with Bitcoin?
Really?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, you can. I think you can tip in sats.
Yeah.
We should put our Bitcoin wallet online.
Yeah.
See if anybody wants to tip us.
I have half an Ethereum.
Congrats, man.
Yeah, thank you.
What have you heard recently about ETH?
Not a goddamn thing. I don't know it. I just throw my money at the computer.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You're doing dollar cost average?
That's what I was doing. I don't know what the fuck.
Dollar cost average.
Oh, I am gonna buy a rental property though back in Kansas.
No shit.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna do that. Yeah.
You want me to help you do some grounds work?
No, it's all good. It's like 6 hours away, dude.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah, so I gotta drive all the way over there.
You're gonna rent that place out?
Yeah, I'm gonna rent it out. That way, you know, because it's $80,000, you know, which is expensive, but compared to like other things, you know, and what I could get for it kind of makes sense, you know.
Yeah, it's a 10-year hold, 20-year hold, lifetime hold.
Yeah, dude, I ain't selling property, dude. You know, once it's paid off, I'm fucking. Because like, here's the thing: it's $80,000. I fix it up, rent it out. So every time I rent it out, all that money, I'm just gonna put back into it.
Yeah.
And then maybe if I do retire, you know, I could just fucking get my pension and fucking go fuck off to Kansas. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, and then have a good time and do whatever you feel like.
And then just rent out this house, you know? But I don't know. I don't know what I'd do if I was retired. I'd probably do the same thing I do now, you know?
I'm trying to build my playground, and I think that I suggest that's what you should do is think about it like that, like building a playground for yourself in the future. You know, like if you're a kid, you want monkey bars and then like this and this and things that you're interested in, except for in a full property. That because like once you stop working, you don't have any.
You're just waiting to die sometimes.
Sometimes, of course, you know.
Yeah.
And then some other people, their whole identity is the work ethic.
Yeah.
So you have So my identity is tied to my work ethic.
Yeah.
But it's also like I know the price you pay when your work ethic is 100% about work and no rest. So.
Also, like,
it's your negotiation in the future. Unlike if you wanted to teach wrestling or some shit, just destroy your body, versus like teaching a knitting class or something.
I think, So I'm doing construction now, you know, and you know you can only do that for so long, and so I want a nice shiny truck, you know.
Oh yeah.
But one of the things I remember, I don't know if I dreamt this or if I saw it, but it was like Mr. T on one of those old TV shows. And he goes, Mr. T, why do you have so many gold chains? And Mr. T goes, to remind me. You know, to remind me that I'm still a slave. I'm just a rich one. You know, these gold chains hold me down. You buy a fancy car, you got to owe more money, you know?
Yeah.
He went in this rant about like...
libertarian values?
No, buying basically depreciating assets and how they become liabilities, you know? Like nice cars, fancy... like... you know, fancy things, you know?
It's like what's that guy's joke? Buying property in Russia, property owns you.
Yeah. So I'm gonna buy. So like I'm just trying to like make my money work for me, you know?
Yeah, same.
That way I don't have to. I don't know where I'm going. I just know that I would like to be financially comfortable, and in case I get fired. So if I get fired and I lost everything right now, if I spent, let's say, $2,000 a month, you know, which is reasonable, I would be able to chill for like 26, 27 months, you know,
pretty good.
And I mean, I'd be eating rice and beans, you know.
Yeah, you wouldn't be dumb. You could probably stretch it a little farther because $2,000 a month is still for me.
14. Well, I gotta pay. I got this. So this apartment's 14.
You start using less water, I bet.
Dude, I would have to get roommates. You know, like I would have to get roommates.
Just ask for only a deposit, half a deposit. Yeah. Like, okay, you get your lucky month.
Yeah, I might get a roommate. I don't know though.
Do you think they're gonna be weird about this podcast?
Fuck them. Yeah. Not fuck them, but like, I mean, I'm pretty sure they do weird shit that I'm just gonna pretend I don't see. You know? Like,
crack a fart off.
Listen, I mean, I don't know. I think we've all had roommates. You know, all my roommates were in the army. You know, so
they were pretty cool dudes.
Nah, I mean,
got drunk all the time.
Yeah, there's like a bunch of dumb shit.
It sucks that there's so many dumb dudes. That sucks.
Oh yeah.
I think it sucks.
There's a high proportion of dumb dudes, you know?
I think there's a lot of midwits, a lot of smart guys, but just the amount of dumb dudes that ruin it for everybody.
Oh my goodness. Like anything that's cool, like enjoy it while it lasts because someone's going to mess it up, you know?
I would kill for a barbed wire arm tattoo.
Yeah.
Or my last name in Old English on my shoulders across the back. But I don't fight people. You know, I just thought it'd be cool to have.
So
I'm kidding. I'm just kidding.
Like, so the barbed wire tattoos 90s, naming your back in Old English is like 2000s. What's the modern day stupid tattoo?
I mean, it's kind of
not
always
stupid.
Been, I know what you're saying. Could be frowned upon in society.
Yeah, you're right. I probably shouldn't say stupid tattoo.
No, I get what you're saying though, because stupid implies that you did it hastily without thinking of the repercussions. And getting a face tattoo, I think, is like one of those ones that's going to be our generation, where the tramp stamp.
Yeah, is a classic.
It's a classic. And the face tattoo kind of does the same thing too, right? Because they've had teardrops and. What other old tattoos did people get on their face?
Spider webs and shit like that.
Yeah, spider webs. Well,
numbers of some certain sort,
which
have deep meaning if you're in that city. You know, I'm like, oh, okay.
Some people really rep their city as in like that's their entire personality. I'm cool with that. You know, I think, but I don't understand the personalities that hate. Like I saw this joke and it was like, "Oh, what the hell? Am I in heaven?" It was on a TV show. Yeah. And he's like, "No, you're in Wisconsin." And it's like, I can't tell if that's good or bad what they meant, or if that's exact opposite, because he didn't scoff when he said it, and I couldn't tell, and I was just like, because where I'm from, everybody trashes Utah. Like people really, really hate Utah.
I really want to watch SLC Punk, dude. Oh, yeah. Just see the Utah references and shit like that.
It's nuts.
It's I don't understand why Utah hates itself so much. It's such an awesome place. Like
it's the.
You want to know what? People do something similar in Kansas.
I bet.
You know, like when I was growing up, like the kids who wore black all the time, you know, like me and my friends, you know, we'd shit on Kansas all the time. Be like, I can't wait to get out of this stupid town, you know?
Really? Yeah. And
then I just want to go back.
Sometimes, right? It's just like, it's so familiar.
Oh, man.
I was walking around not that long ago downtown, and I was just kind of like looking over my shoulder and shit. And not that I usually feel like that, but I had quite a bit of anxiety that day, as well as, when I just go downtown, I always get kind of anxiety. I think that's why I always drank all the time when I did before. But I just remember looking over my shoulder, and I'm like, man, I haven't felt like I had to look over my shoulder in like a populated area in a long time. But in Utah, I never had to do that. Even when I was downtown, even 100% sober, I walked downtown and it was like absolutely empty, and I never checked corners. I was never scared about strangers, you know, from like 15 to like 22.
Also, I also think like your mind gets kind of warped from like videos and TV.
Absolutely.
Because anytime like a middle-aged woman comes up to me when I'm working, I'm like, is this her? Is this Karen?
Oh no.
I'm like, oh shit, I'm gonna get screamed at.
She doesn't have the haircut, thank God.
Oh, dude.
Thank God. But she does have the pursed, angry lips.
Yeah.
Oh God.
And she went up and she goes, I'm sorry, I just went fishing. we didn't catch anything today. And I was like, oh, okay.
That's cool.
Like, I didn't know how to respond, you know.
Just
I was
a friendly lady.
I was not prepared. Yeah, so I think that kind of plays a part into it, you know?
Yeah, you're right. White women have had it kind of rougher recently.
Yeah.
I'd say women in general, in the sense that like getting called a Karen because you're complaining kind of sucks.
Hey, women in general who voice their discretion, entire history.
Sucks, man.
Yeah.
It's getting turned on its head last 50 years.
It's interesting, man, but fuck that.
Well, they have that whole thing where it's in Norway where they took out all the gendered language.
Yeah.
Did I tell you about this?
Uh-uh.
They had all this gendered language in these laws, and they took out, I think it was Norway. They took out all the gendered language, so not he, she, or anything like that.
That'd be kind of nice, dude.
And then they did it for colleges.
Yeah.
They did it in colleges too. So like when you're like applying, it doesn't ask for gender or anything.
Yeah.
In like 10 years of experimenting with this and like adjustments and stuff, it never changed.
Really?
Yeah, it never changed. Women still were 99% nurses. Men were still 99% engineers.
Really? Wow.
Yeah. Crazy, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you're a woman in engineering. God bless you.
Dude, well, that's the thing. That's what makes them spectacular. Like, being exceptional just sometimes means doing it not the right way. The way
Because there's like 9, for every one girl, there's like 9 socially awkward dudes.
Just running numbers in their heads.
Calculating dumb shit.
Fucking insert all the memes where the math goes over your face, you know? It's
not social at all.
Yeah,
you know?
it's and then you're an engineer, right? Everything is fucking yes, no, why not? You know?
Yeah. I kind of like thinking like an engineer, you know?
I bet it's nice.
It makes life easier, you know? You're
just
like
blank out in between.
Does this benefit me? You know?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
That's what our podcast should be called. Does this benefit me?
Does this benefit me? What is the return on investment?
That's the name of this episode. Does this
return on investment?
The return on investment when it benefits me.
Yeah. I mean,
no, I'm kidding.
In a way, it's nice, but in a way, I find myself like when I talk to strangers, if I'm in fucking engineering mode, like I'm socially just like okay, and then they just pause, you know?
Yeah. At some point, you can't like. It's hard to apologize for being like that because it's just like.
What do you want me to do, dude? Right. I have no interest in what the fuck you're talking about. You know,
and it takes
not all the time.
It takes some big balls to come up to you, right? You're like at work doing stuff, and then being like, "Forget what you're doing. Think about what I'm doing."
Oh, I just came back from fishing. I didn't catch anything.
Yeah, dude.
And I'm like, okay, like, oh, that's nice.
And it's not that the lady could.
It was not. Hey, by the way, thank you for doing that. It's not your fault. You know, good person.
I have to explain this to my wife.
All that stuff, but like, you know. I had nothing to add, you know? And I swear to God, dude, we didn't have a saw. So we had to use axes and fucking screwdrivers and sledgehammers to get through this fucking rut that was going in the fucking meter. Because we didn't have no gasoline powered saws, no sawzalls. So we're just fucking
grunts and sweating.
Dude,
a lot of cups being put down.
Dude, it was like this rut was about as big as my waist.
God damn,
like
dude.
38 inches in diameter, you know?
Man.
Possibly bigger, you know?
Yeah.
Just fucking, and it took us like 4 hours, dude, to cut through this, and we had to dig, and it's hard work. And I'm like, oh, okay, that's interesting. You know, thank you very much. You know, polite, have a nice day.
Yeah, well, maybe the last guys were talkers.
Yeah,
you know, or maybe the last guys gave her a lot of attention.
Oh, but by the way,
yeah,
like I'm a talker too, but like I just sometimes, man, I just don't feel like talking. You know,
dude, that's what this podcast does for me. Is it kind of lets me think about the best points that I've been thinking about, and it just kind of lets them come out a little bit while also expressing on top of them, but in a harder format. Because I know what you're saying. You would love to engage a human being to have a conversation about fishing because you're actually interested in ecology and shit like that, right? So
yeah, but in that moment, I didn't give a shit, you know?
yeah.
And like, not only like, you know, and I just paused and I was like, all right, how can I get out of this without hurting this person's feelings? You know, showing that I do care, I do appreciate it. but I don't want to put any effort in this. Not that I don't want to put any effort in this conversation. I don't know what to say. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, that's frustrating. A bad day of fishing is better than a good day at work.
Yeah. Dude, start reading bumper stickers off of shit in your town.
Like, okay, and then
it's
like
fish o'clock somewhere.
Dude, the day before that, someone was telling me like, I really missed the boat on programming. I could have been one of those Silicon Valley guys, and I just paused. I didn't know what to say to that guy, so I was like, you know what they say. Most people who become millionaires when they're young go broke. Just I didn't know how to fucking. I didn't know what you want me to say to that, dude.
Yeah.
Hey man, sucks that you didn't live your dreams. Hey man, I'm just here to tell you that I'm gonna show up Monday.
If I throw something out there, I'm expecting to get made fun of. So I don't say shit like that unless I want to get made fun of.
You can say it. I just don't know how to respond. I'm just like, oh,
no, maybe
okay.
He was handing you some fresh meat for a good laugh.
Yeah.
He's just like, man, I sharded my pants in the Walmart the other day.
Yeah.
And he's handing you an easy joke about America.
And I'm just like, sometimes I'm just not in that mode,
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm just calculating how many more hours I got to do for the rest of the day. And I'm like, oh, God.
Thinking power is a muscle, just like exercise,
Yeah.
Imagine being a homeless guy and you have the strongest thinking power, but you can't do shit because you're just constantly thinking.
Yeah.
You're constantly going through.
Lack of social skills, I think I need to develop social skills, and then my ability to communicate.
I think you can communicate, man. And I think you do have decent social skills. I think. How
about to strangers? I can't. I have a hard time doing it. Like other
a lot
than
of dudes are like that.
Like
you don't have anything to say.
I'm like, oh yeah, like I don't know, like what the hardest one is like when people complain about their personal life and their relationships.
Yeah, that's a hard one.
And I'm like, I don't know how to respond here, so I'm just not gonna talk. And they keep talking about their ex-wife or their fucking baby mama.
Or like, oh God, I had one where the ex-wife one drives me crazy. Go ahead.
I'm like, damn, like we used to work with a guy who would talk about his ex-wife every day. And then they got divorced like 15 years ago. And he still talks about her. And it's just like, I don't know what to do, man.
Yeah.
How do you talk about this every I worked with this dude for 4 years.
Broken record on that guy.
Every day I met him, he would come in unhappy, grumpy, and talk about his ex-wife. You know who it is, dude.
Okay.
You know who it is.
I knew a guy that anytime he'd bring her up, he'd be like this. He'd go, spark up a cigarette, and he'd be like, that bitch has my kids.
Yeah.
But he had custody of them almost 100%. But on the weekend when I didn't see him, that's the first thing he would say.
Yeah, dude. He'd fucking
oh, okay.
Yeah, every day, dude. And it was weird, man. It's crazy, man. The thin line between love and hate.
It's for real, dude. It's so nuts. It's an infatuation.
Yeah. But obviously he has no one else to communicate it to, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's like an odd one. Or when someone talks to you about something you do not give a shit about,
God, it sucks.
Like, oh man, no, that's crazy. Like
there's a great meme. It's like, how many? Wow, that's crazy. Until they realize you don't care. Dude, that's a game.
there was a lady I worked with, and she would talk. So we would cut plastic by hand, and it would just be the two of us. And she would talk nonstop for 12 hours. And I was
that must have been kind of nice.
I was like, no, I mean, it just became noise after a while. Yeah. I was like, how many uh-hus, no ways I can say? And she'll just keep talking. And she kept talking the whole 12 hours of me going, yeah, uh-huh, no way.
You ever give her yeah?
No way.
No. You build her up. No way. You know, just keep building her up. She's just like, oh no, dude,
non-stop. She actually, I mean, she was pretty cool.
The first 2 hours,
she was pretty cool. She just kept talking.
That would have.
I don't really know what the fuck she talked about for 12 hours. She once told me the entire like first 6 seasons of Game of Thrones. You know,
nice.
So I mean,
you're caught up then.
I mean, I was. I didn't ask to be, but like I was like, oh, I know about the Mountain and the Hound and Jaime Lannister. You know, like she broke down everything.
Bro, I've been thinking because I was.
This was before I got into it. You know,
people just go into manic spells about what they like. And they used to call that just being a normal human, but now they add like a word to it, and it's
Hold on. If you guys do that, there's nothing wrong.
Nothing wrong with it, dude. I do that shit all the time.
I'm just an asshole.
No, don't apologize. Existence doesn't need to be apologized for. These people are happy as fuck to talk to you about the Game of Thrones, man. You don't need to apologize.
Yeah.
They're fucking pumped. Somebody wants to listen, or at least look like it, you know,
or at least just not have the ability to just go, I don't care. You know, I can't. I would not be able to do that to somebody.
Do people do that in the middle in Kansas?
What do you mean?
Like if I was like, bro, Nick Diaz is fighting Robbie Lawler. It's a fight at 17. You know, would somebody just be like, how well would I do in Kansas? Do you think?
I think you do pretty good.
I'd be okay.
You fit right in.
Cool,
Kansas is like Utah without the mountains.
No way. Okay. Because you know, when I was growing up, I was thinking, was I trashy or not in that sense, like. Or whatever, but then I don't even care.
Yeah, I told you about that dude who slept on a lawn chair and had roaches in his microwave.
Yeah.
You know, you're doing better than that guy.
Yeah. I feel bad for people that like grow up like that and don't think it's wrong. I was just traumatized by it. And I was just kind of, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, he does okay. He's like halfway through retirement. He's been like 10 years in the Marines.
Then he's super clean cut then.
Yeah,
he might be a crazy guy though because of the Marines, but still.
I don't know. He works on the aircraft in the Marines.
Oh, he's well situated.
The air wing or something. Maybe it's 12 years. Yeah, so 6 more years he can retire.
Thank you for your service, sir.
Yeah, thank you.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I forget his name, but I remember his name. I don't want to say it on the podcast.
Yeah, don't. No.
But yeah, dude.
But no, thank that guy. No, I don't think it's. I think, dude, like, I've been thinking that you just get handed cards and God is like, look, dude, think about it. Try it. Try something.
If you think about it, like that guy who grew up sleeping on a lawn chair in a cockroach-infested house with his grandfather had a little problem with the Sawzul.
Mm-hmm.
You know, fucking joining the Marines was like the best option for him. You know what I'm talking about? If you really think about it.
Yeah.
Because he wasn't very smart. He wasn't very athletic. You know?
Yeah. The Marines could take what he was the best at and then make a fine tool with it. You know?
Yeah.
It's we're not all clean cut puzzle pieces that go fit. Where sometimes you have to jam us in.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, if you think about it, the military is the best option for a lot of people in lower economic. I think it's the largest welfare system. Not welfare in a bad way, but the largest welfare system in America.
Keeping people well and fair.
Taking people out of poverty, you know?
And then maintaining them through from their past efforts.
Or like just giving them an ability to like see the world, meet with different people, get out of like a small town or get out
That's true, huh?
You know, and then like you get all these benefits and then like you learn a skill and then you go back, you know? And sometimes they do worse, sometimes they do better. But I think it does more good than harm, you know?
A bunch of military guys that I've heard, they say it's the best and the worst times of their lives kind of thing.
Yeah.
But normally 99% of them say they would never change, you know? The well-adjusted ones post-service, but I'd say the ones that come back and get fucked up by it, you know, you feel bad and it sucks. And I can't imagine what that'd be like.
I wonder how many of them, though, were like a little bit fucked up to begin with, you know?
Yep.
Because did I tell you about the guy who smeared shit all over his walls?
Mm-hmm.
You know, and
you told me. I think you said that. Did you say that on the last time? Like, then he looked at you like, "Ew, that's gross."
Oh no! This was different.
Okay,
that was a guy shit on a toilet. This is in the army.
Okay.
The guy went crazy, smeared shit all over the walls, his own shit. You know, and then we had to clean it up. and he got kicked out of the army, you know?
That's a brilliant idea to get.
But if he went to Afghanistan, you know?
What kind of monster would he have become?
Yeah, like
giving him a little gun.
Yeah.
A little power.
Oh,
in the middle of nowhere.
I mean, that happens a lot more than you think, you know?
I can't imagine. It's a dark place. Dark place. I think war is exactly what you think it is, bro. Awful. I don't know. They bro, did you hear
I knew a guy who would take pornography magazines and he would steal blood and he would squirt blood over the pornography magazines and I assume jack off.
Because it was just so fucked up it turned him on or something?
I didn't really talk to him after that. But yeah, dude, I was like,
you probably made a good choice.
I was like, oh, okay. You know, this guy has a gun and he sleeps right above me.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying?
Like, damn. You're like almost a prisoner too.
I mean,
you're kind of obligated, but
I mean, he was all right.
I can't imagine that.
He was an all right dude, but like after finding that out, that was kind of disturbing. You know?
Yeah.
Because you're like, oh wow, that's weird.
There's a lot more perverts out there, bro. When I did Uber, I picked up a huge chick. Like I'm talking like tall and big. Like she was like 6'3".
My type.
Big ass lady. Long legs, long arms, you know.
Yeah.
Probably was athletic, but then like gained a bunch of weight.
Looks like a football coach.
Yeah.
My style.
Yeah. like the big backup coach.
Yeah.
You know? And she was a big black lady. She took like up the middle, the big back middle of my car.
Yeah.
And her trip was to go through Tasty Freeze, and then also go through Arby's. And so that was what she paid me to do, was take her through 2 different drive-thrus.
Okay. Were you her date?
No, I wasn't. She was in the back, and
okay.
I was her Uber. So I mean, I drove her around. I was her chauffeur. So
you guys would have children that would play in the NBA. You know,
if they had all her genes and then none of mine.
Yeah, you know,
maybe my length, maybe
the height genes. You know.
Yeah. No, dude, she was crazy because she ended up telling me. I was like, okay, and she ordered like $20 worth, but the whole time she was making calls, like calling, saying, "Oh, I got it, this and this and that," and then I'm just driving, like, okay. On the second one, she's like, "I know this is weird, but can we go to Arby's? I know I just came here," and I was like, "Yeah, no problem. It's just gonna cost you whatever it takes to get through, and I think the closest Arby's is Bliggity Blue, right?" And she's like, "No problem. I know it's weird. I'm on a website. I'm getting paid right now to eat this food." And I was like, "What do you mean? They're paying for your Uber?" She goes, "Yeah, they're paying for my Uber. They're paying for the food. They're paying for my Uber. All I have to do is call them. I'm telling them I'm getting the food, and these guys get off," or something like that. Yeah, I know. And then I was like, what the fuck? And then she told me about a website. I told my wife immediately after this. I was like, man, I'm tempted to go like pretend to get fat and then use my reverse photos. Yeah. You know, like my old photos. Look how fat I'm getting. I'm such a gluttonous pig. You know?
Just get bad light.
And then they buy me Whole Foods gift cards. Yeah, bad light. Yeah, exactly, dude.
You got to slap it near the mic, you know?
Dude, there's like, you're gonna get an OnlyFans on accident, bro. Yeah, you're gonna be like, slap that belly some more. Here's $50, you pig. and then they're gonna be like, talk him into calling you a pig, and out of nowhere. Just, oh, bro.
Oink, oink, yeah. Piggy, oink.
Yeah, you filthy pig. God. The lady said that these guys pay her moment by moment. Every call costs money. They send her like gift cards. And she's like, this guy wants me to go get Voodoo Donuts, you know? And I was like, hey, man, I'm on your dollar. You said these guys are paying for it. I don't care, you know? We end up going to Voodoo Donuts. She waits in line, gets herself 6 donuts, makes the calls, and then tells me the website. And she's like, I'm not even trying to get really fat. I send pictures. I send them some updates. I don't do anything sexual. They just like how fucked up it is that I eat food and
They like the power and the control they have over another human being.
I think they like. This is the fucked up idea I have, is that they like the perverse idea of causing damage to somebody through obesity.
Oh my God!
Think about that.
Yeah, get that sodium high blood pressure.
You fat bitch, eat this food. You fat bitch. You know, I think that's what they're into.
Every 10 pounds overweight you are takes a year off your life.
Because, I mean, what makes it hot to have sex with a chick? It's like, oh, they're going to let me, like...
My penis is inside a vagina.
Yeah,
That's
it's pretty inside of a vagina. It's so simple.
Oh.
It's not too much farther than that.
You know, we've been doing that since the beginning of time. Probably going to rate that as number 1. You know?
Yeah, that's right up there with good night's sleep, dude.
Yeah. You know what? I'd throw away good night's sleep for that, you know?
Hey, fair. Because they both have the same kind of euphoric effect the next day, you know?
I don't know. Wait, were you going to tell your friend, hey, man, I had a good night's sleep? Or, hey, man, this chick came over, you know, blah, blah, blah.
It was a good time. She left, and then he get...
You know,
I don't want to say it. I'll tell you
all
later.
Right. Yeah.
I was gonna say he locks eyes with you and she starts grabbing his dick. And he's like, "Yeah, you're a fucking sick fuck." Just
and then I took her to Voodoo Donuts and just shoved.
Yeah. You start telling her, "Oh, dude, this bitch wanted donuts," you know, some shit like that.
Like, this bitch wanted donuts.
Yeah, just don't matter. She's paying me to do this. This is what she's into, you know. There's Dr. Drew has a whole thing on like a lady that tortures dudes by having them send her pictures of themselves all fucked up and in like compromising positions, like they're full-blown marriages but they're doing gay stuff, and like they have photos of it. They send it to the girl. The girl's like, give me $100 this weekend or I'll release them. This is on Dr. Drew, dude. And the guys are like, oh, please don't. And then they send the $100 and it's all like a whole kink thing. I'm not kink shaming.
They just want to be blackmailed.
They get turned on by being like blackmailed. It's fucking weird, right?
Dude, I was playing a game. Do you know what Vor is?
Yeah. That's the one where they think about people getting eaten or whatever.
Yeah, I was playing a game where like that was like a real thing and you could like make the size of your penis.
Get eaten?
Yeah. It was called Space Station 13. And fucking, you know, like I usually play on like safe servers, but I was like, oh, let me go to the 18+ servers. That's what it was, dude.
This is Roblox?
No, it was Space Station 13.
Okay. This is a different. Is this the one where you get to? It's like Minecraft, but you create everything from space.
Kind of. It's like a 2D. It's like a 2D.
Planet Explorer.
No, you're just on a spaceship and you're just doing regular jobs. Like
farm simulator and shit.
Yeah,
like
it's kind of
spaceship
lame.
Simulator. No, it's cool.
Dude, I was an atmospheric technician for a while, and I told somebody what I was doing in my spare time. They go, that just sounds like a second job. You know?
Dude, nobody's impressed. It sucks. It's hard to impress people unless you throw like a cat takes a shit while it's holding a cable at a big ass game. Nobody cares.
I mean, that can't happen in that game, you know?
Yeah, did you see that?
No, but like I've seen people like, you know, fuck in that game, and I'm just like, all right, I'm just here to clear the bathrooms. You know, like, all right, let me move out.
Get out of here, you animals. Spraying them off.
Let me move out of here. But yeah, same thing, dude. Some people are into weird stuff, you know?
Yeah, dude.
By the way, really cool server, you know?
Still really cool server for Server 13 or Space Station 13.
Yeah, real cool server.
Is it like a scary game or just like exploring?
It can be scary. Okay. You know, it can be.
But Vor was one of them.
Yeah, you could eat people, but I mostly just mind, you know?
So, weird, man. That's what I'm saying. Dude,
I didn't know how to talk to people, so people just like, you know, so like every server's different too, you know? Like the hotkeys on one's not the same on the other one.
Oh, they have it set up that way.
So I didn't know how to chat to people. It looks kind of dark webbish because you got to download a separate browser, you know?
A Tor browser?
Kind of. It's called Beyond, you know? So, like, I mean, like, I just play for fun. But, like, you know, there's nothing really too weird on it.
But I know what you're saying. It's
just people. It's just dudes having sex with each other, you know? I mean, to be honest with you, that happens.
Dude.
By the way, you can do that, or you can cook food in the kitchen and serve it to people. You know,
at the space station.
Yeah. They have different jobs, so you pick different jobs. I like being a miner, to be honest with you.
Well, oh man, we need to write a story for that,
dude. I could show you real quick, man.
Oh my god,
I don't know.
I want to write a story on write an erotic tale about a slutty. What did you call it? What was your job?
I was a minor, but
forensic. No, what'd you say? Atmospheric technician.
Yeah, atmospheric technician.
Yeah, space age atmospheric technician.
Listen, man.
And then she wants to work in the kitchen.
It's not like you could go in there
banged by a space chef. What?
It's not like you could go in there and say, "Hey, who wants to fuck?" You know, like I mean,
use code words.
I mean, like,
I need my input fixed.
Like, it depends, man. Like, people go deep with it, but you gotta do a lot of work.
Vultures, get out of the jungle. Get out. Did I hear what I heard?
The panther spoke with the tongue of the boy.
Yes. The boy spoke with the tongue of the panther. This place is bewitched.
Where's the log? It was here. How do we cross now?
We can wade through.
Wait. There are crocodiles in this river.
What are you waiting for?
No, we can't pass this tree.
I tell you it's this way. Come on. It's so hard. Barber.
You're going the wrong way. You're going the wrong way. Look. They're heading back to the lost city.
That was right. Let's go.
Now I shall see if Father Cobra spoke the truth. If the thing is dead, these men will die.
you saw it. I only wanted to look at the road. He tried to kill me. I had to do it, Bolero. I had to do it.
Naturally.
You must bear witness. You must bear witness, Bolero. Tried to kill me, Bolero. You must bear witness. I had to kill him. I had to kill him, Bolero. Did I hear someone call? Now, Gray Brother, there is only one. Bagheera, Gray Brother, chase him out of the jungle. Send him home.
monster. Change into any beast you will. Wolf, panther, any beast you will. I'm not afraid of you. Change. Change! Scream! Scream, you witches of the forest! Scream! I'll burn that mother witch with sword! Then I'll come back with 100 strong and set fire to your jungle when the east wind blows! I'll burn you all! Burn you all! Burn you all!
Thou knowest the village of the man pack that cast me out? They are idle, senseless, and cruel. They do not kill the weaker for food, but for sport. When they are full fed, they would throw their own breed into the red cloud. This I have seen. It is not well that the man pack should live here anymore. Kill them? Why? What good are the white bones to me? I shall let the jungle in upon them and give the village back to the wild gold vine.
They will burn us both. Why did you fight them, Durga? Why did you defend me? It was I who brought him into the world. He's my son.
Aye, mistress.
You could have saved yourself, Durga.
No, mistress. If you must leave the world tonight, it is written that I shall go with you.
The pundit, where is the barber?
Dead. Both dead. Killed by the wolf boy. But I know how to deal with him. I'll burn him! Burn him! I'll burn him!
with her?
They left Sue around in her house. They would not let me take her. They said she was a witch and that the fire would take her.
Now the same fire will take them.
But they were frightened, Mowgli.
Lead them, Mahala, to the little island in the middle of the stream.
Where we saw the elephants, Mowgli?
Yes, the fire can't touch you there. Hurry, the wind is shifting.
But you, my son, come with us.
Not while one little cub is in danger. Now,
with us at last.
I'm of the jungle. Their lair is my lair. Their trail is my trail. Their fight is my fight.
He's no longer my son. He's a godling of the woods.
So I didn't have my revenge after all. I became no Maharaja of a mighty city. Even the little village burned to the ground. in my struggle with the jungle. As you see, my lords, I was beaten.
And then? What happened then? What became of Mowgli and your daughter? And how did you escape from the fire?
That, Mem Sahib, is another story.